The combat simulation alarm shrieked through Training Bay 7 as Sarah Martinez stepped through the doors. 30 seconds until live fire, and she was the only cadet without armor. Her standard-issue PT uniform felt laughably thin against her skin, as powered exoskeletons and energy shields hummed to life around her. But she had learned long ago that appearances could be deceiving. The training bay stretched before her like a metallic cathedral, its walls lined with weapon racks, containing plasma rifles, neural disruptors, and gravity hammers. Holographic targets flickered to life in the distance, their forms shifting between various hostile alien species. The air hummed with the low thrum of energy shields activating as her fellow cadets prepared for the combat simulation. Instructor Vex Thull, a towering Kytherian, with 4 arms and chitinous armor plating, surveyed the assembled cadets with predatory satisfaction. He had broken hundreds of cadets in this chamber. The human would be no different. His compound eyes swept across the room, cataloging each cadet's equipment loadout with military precision. When his gaze fell upon Sarah, standing empty-handed among the heavily armed aliens, his mandibles clicked in what she had learned was amusement. Cadet Martinez. His voice resonated through the chamber speakers, each word dripping with barely concealed disdain. Perhaps you misunderstood the briefing. This is a combat simulation, not a meditation session. Scattered laughter rippled through the assembled cadets. Zektar, a massive Bruthan warrior, whose natural armor could deflect small arms fire, hefted his plasma cannon with obvious relish. Maybe the human forgot her security blanket, he rumbled, earning more chuckles from the crowd. Sarah simply nodded toward the instructor, her expression calm. "I'm ready, sir." She'd been waiting for this moment since arriving at the academy. Vexthal's secondary arms gestured toward the weapon racks. The armory contains equipment rated for Class 7 combat scenarios. Surely even a human can operate basic defensive systems. "I appreciate the offer, sir, but I'll pass." The instructor's compound eyes narrowed. In his 3 decades of training galactic military personnel, he had never encountered such casual disregard for protocol. Every species in the known galaxy understood the fundamental principle of combat. Superior equipment meant superior survival odds. Yet here stood this small human, barely reaching his thorax, declining military-grade weaponry, as if it were an optional accessory. "Very well." Vexthal clicked his mandibles. "Computer, initialize combat scenario Theta 7. Standard difficulty parameters." The training bay's central AI system hummed to life, its sensors sweeping across each cadet to calibrate the simulation's challenge level. Energy readings, muscle density, reflexes, and equipment specifications were analyzed in microseconds. One by one, green confirmation lights appeared above each cadet as the system registered their combat readiness. When the sensors focused on Sarah, something unexpected happened. The scanning beam lingered, cycling through multiple frequencies, as if struggling to process the data. The usual green confirmation light flickered, then shifted to amber, then to a pulsing red that had never appeared in the Academy's history. "Warning!" The AI's voice echoed through the chamber, its tone carrying an urgency that made every cadet freeze. "Earth difficulty detected. Recommend maximum safety protocols. Advise immediate equipment upgrade for all participants." Every cadet in the bay took an involuntary step backward. Vexthal's 4 arms twitched in confusion. In 30 years of military service, he had never heard that particular warning. "Computer, clarify alert status." Scanning subject designated Sarah Martinez. Biometric analysis indicates origin, Earth. Classification, Death World. Subject exhibits physiological markers consistent with apex persistence predator. Recommend extreme caution. The training bay fell silent. Every cadet turned to stare at Sarah, who remained perfectly still, her breathing steady and controlled. She looked exactly the same as she had moments before. Small, unarmored, seemingly fragile. Yet the Academy's most advanced AI system was treating her presence like a natural disaster. There must be a malfunction, Vexthal muttered, his confidence wavering. Computer, run diagnostic protocols. All systems functioning normally. Warning stands. Earth difficulty protocols remain in effect. Sarah finally spoke, her voice carrying across the silent chamber with quiet authority. Sir, if I may suggest, perhaps we should proceed with the simulation. I believe the system is functioning exactly as designed. Something in her tone made Vexthal's combat instincts flare to life. It wasn't arrogance or bravado. It was the calm certainty of a predator that had never encountered prey it couldn't handle. For the first time in decades, the veteran instructor felt a chill run down his exoskeleton. Computer, he said slowly, maintain standard parameters. Initialize simulation. The holographic environment materialized around them. A ruined cityscape filled with debris, shadows, and hostile targets. Energy weapons began charging. Armor systems activated, and the other cadets spread out in textbook formation. Sarah simply walked forward, her bare hands relaxed at her sides. The first hostile hologram materialized directly in front of her. A snarling Vorthan berserker, its claws extended, an energy field crackling. The other cadets raised their weapons, preparing to provide covering fire for their apparently suicidal human teammate. Vexthal expected panic. He got precision. Sarah moved like liquid lightning. Her right hand shot forward, fingers rigid, striking the hologram's throat with surgical precision. The simulated creature's roar cut off mid-growl as it staggered backward. Before it could recover, Sarah's left elbow connected with its temple, and the hologram dissolved into pixels. Impossible, Zektar whispered, his plasma cannon forgotten in his grip. 3 more hostiles materialized simultaneously, surrounding Sarah in a triangle formation. She didn't hesitate. Rolling beneath the first creature's swipe, she swept its legs and used its falling momentum to launch herself at the second. Her knee connected with devastating force, and she spun to face the third, before the second had even hit the ground. The remaining cadets watched in stunned silence as Sarah moved through the simulation like a force of nature. Every movement was efficient, calculated, lethal. She used the environment as a weapon. Debris became projectiles. Walls became leverage points. Shadows became concealment. When a massive siege-class hologram materialized, Sarah sprinted directly toward it, using the creature's weapon arm as leverage to vault onto its back. Her hands found the power coupling and disabled the construct with a precise twist. The simulation ended. Silence filled the training bay. Commander Vextar reviewed the data. Mandibles clicking. Level 9 combat scenario completed without equipment. Sarah dusted off her PT uniform. You wanted to see human training standards. The AI's voice echoed. Advisory update. Human protocols reclassified to maximum caution level.